Thank you, everyone, for participating today. We are now joined by Melissa Smith, and we'll begin the press conference. Use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. Again, as a reminder, Melissa can't see you, so when you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. We'll first go to Jerry.
Hey, Melissa, Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Talk about just the way this team gutted it out. Had to come up with some plays there toward the end of regulation and in overtime.
I mean, if it doesn't show today that we want to win the whole thing, then I don't know what to tell y'all. But this team just gave it their all today. I mean, this is a team I knew we were capable of being, and we finally get to put it on display.
We'll now go to Teresa.
Teresa Walker, the Associated Press. Your day, 11 of 11 from the field. How big did that bucket look to you today?
It's crazy just to know, like, I played 40 minutes and didn't miss one shot. I mean, it hasn't sunk in yet, but that's a crazy number.
We'll now go to Chad.
Melissa, given that you made everything you looked at, were you kind of like, give me the ball, especially when they were making big baskets?
Yeah, to a certain extent. Like, when I knew I was open, that's when I knew I could have got the ball. But also my teammates were scoring too. Like, Moon was scoring a lot. Dejanay was getting a lot. So, I mean, just feed the hot hand is really what I'm going with.
And if you have a question, please use the raise hand function. We'll go to Michelle.
Yeah, congratulations, Melissa, on that performance. I wanted to ask you, I know you guys were excited about getting a chance to play UConn during the regular season, and that game unfortunately got canceled. How excited are you that chance now to be in this, 1-2 matchup for the regional final?
Oh, we're very excited. An opportunity to play a top team is what we thrive the most. So, I mean, we're super excited to play that game.
Nikki?
Hey, Melissa, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Nikki Latterulo with KCEN. First off, we're going to start calling you the bucket if that's okay with you. I came up with that. And cool. I spoke to your family earlier this week, and your parents said they were so excited that fans were going to start being allowed in, that all your friends and family can come. How awesome was it to have this performance in front of your family and friends?
It's crazy. I mean, I heard everything they were saying. I mean, I love playing in front of my family, love playing in front of all my friends. So, I mean, just for them to be there is super special to me.
All right. As a reminder, when you are called on, please make sure you state your name and affiliation. Next, we'll go to Emma.
Hi, Emma Bachelari from Sports Illustrated. What do you think it meant to you guys today to have a pretty balanced scoring effort with not only you, but also Moon and Dejanay all working?
It just shows how deep the roster goes, just knowing that everybody can score the ball. If I'm not hot, then Moon's going to be hot. If Moon's not hot, Dejanay going to be hot. Or all three of us going to be hot at the same time. So, I mean, it just shows how deep our roster is.
We'll go back to Jerry.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. I'm not sure what the play call was there at the end of regulation, but was surprised it didn't go to you. Was there a play called there that went to Moon?
Oh, yeah. We had ran. Yeah, the play was for Moon to get the shot at the end.
Did you want the shot?
Nah, I got all faith in Moon. She could take the shot again.
All right, next we'll go to Chantel.
Hey, Melissa, this is Chantel Jennings with The Athletic. Congrats on the win. This is kind of a good follow-up because it's about Moon. She does so much for this team, but she's a player who really sort of put in her time, and now she's having this huge senior season. What is it like for you to see her have this kind of a year?
It's super special. I mean, a lot of people that don't stay the course nowadays. So just for her to stay the course and have to sit on the bench when she did and just seeing how she's performing now is super special, and it's a blessing that she's on my team.
Next, we'll go to Michelle.
Yeah, Melissa, what do you think are going to be the biggest keys in terms of the things you want to improve on from this round to the next?
Just staying focused, resting our bodies. We're going to watch scout, and we're going to just guard them.
All right, we'll go to Chad.
Melissa, after winning the first two games by 40 points, and you mentioned if this game shows that you guys are ready to go all the way, is that because it was a battle tonight or today?
games like this just show what your team is capable of. So playing this game, it just showed how confident I am in them, and yeah.
Thanks.
Again, if you have a question, please use the raise your hand function. All right. Thank you, Nalissa, for your time, and best of luck in the next round.
Thank you so much.
We'll be joined momentarily by Coach Mulkey. Please use this time to raise or lower your hand as necessary. Okay, we are now joined by Coach. As a reminder, please use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. Also, another reminder, Coach cannot see you, so when you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. We'll first go to Jerry.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Kim, Nalissa's game, I mean, I think she tied an NCAA regional record, 11 for 11. Just talk about what she brought you. I mean, you had other players, but obviously she had a huge game.
Yeah, well, the record speaks for itself. She actually, if she makes one more free throw, she's perfect from the foul line as well. Just a phenomenal player. I thought she was an All-American on the floor for us tonight. I thought that when we struggled, she was a leader somewhat. You know, Liz has just grown up a lot on that floor, and thank God she's on our team tonight because she made some big-time shots for us.
We'll go next to Teresa.
Teresa Walker, the Associated Press. Coach, now you get into this next round against UConn, a game that wasn't able to be played this season. How much does it mean to get to this, get back to another regional final?
Well, it just means a great deal to get to an Elite Eight. We've got a ton of those in my 21 years at Baylor, and it matters to us. I thought our crowd was outstanding. They helped us. Just a lot of Baylor people throughout the arena. I don't know that it matters that it's UConn as much as it's more important to our program that we're in another Elite Eight. Now, you know, we didn't get to play them because I came down with COVID, and you know, it's two programs that have, I think, won the most national championships with their coaches that are currently coaching. Obviously, Pat Summitt and what she has done will never be forgotten, but I think they have 11 and we have 3, and, you know, down the pipe, Stanford has 2 and Maryland has, you know. So it's two programs that are very proud. I'm certainly not going to outcoach Gino, so our players better they better compete and try to outplay his players.
We'll now go to Chad.
Kim, Nalissa mentioned that, you know, this type of game shows that you guys can go all the way because it was a battle, and it's the first overtime you guys have had this year. Chad Conine, Waco Tribune Hero, by the way, I keep forgetting that. But just to be in a battle and win it the way you did, what does that mean for your team?
Well, winning is, whether it was overtime, double overtime, regulation, winning is all that matters. I'm not one of these that thinks, oh, man, we've been in a tight game, we won it. That's really going to boost us in the next game. What we've got to be careful of now is make sure that they rest and get the proper, you know, rest. When you get to a Sweet 16 and Elite 8, everybody's good. And, guys, Kim, their coach, is one of my favorite people in coaching. I want to compliment her and her team. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to play so tough. I thought they were just tough. I thought they were physical. They kept us from going to the offensive boards. They do the fundamental things right, like blocking out. They're very familiar with everything we want to run because they have one of my former assistants, over there. Both teams had a lot of turnovers. And I just thought, I'm complimenting Michigan because I haven't seen them on film shoot the three ball like that all year. But it's tournament time, it's playoffs, it's do or die, and people step up. And Hillman, we know, is a great player. I thought we contained her pretty much, but they had kids who barely averaged scoring, and they were hitting threes. So almost doubled the number of threes that they average, all year. So I want to compliment them. I know how it feels in a locker room when your season's over. Was it a good game for ABC? You bet it was. Was it a good game for women's basketball? You bet it was. We made just enough plays to win it. I thought Queen struggled, got that very first foul 10 seconds into the game, and I don't know if that affected her. I don't know if it was Hillman that affected her. But what Queen did do is she got the big offensive rebound there when it was a 2-point game, and she made one of 2 free throws. So you go in that locker room and you acknowledge the other team, but you also give yourself some credit.
Michelle.
Yeah, Coach Mulkey, it's Michelle Vogel from ESPN.com. You mentioned you and UConn having, the most championships of coaches that are still coaching. Can you talk about how the fact that you two have done this for so long, to have that target on your back the way that you have and the way that UConn has, what does it take to be able to do that year after year?
Michelle, 21 years ago, I became the head coach at Baylor University. Actually, it was April 4th of 2000, and it seems like an eternity ago. Baylor was bottom of the Big 12. Last place. They had won 7 games the previous year. You work. You roll your sleeves up and you work. And in 5 years, we won our first national championship. The hard part then really began. While doors opened and it allows you to go into these great players' homes, our program wasn't built with the McDonald's All-Americans. Our program had to be built with people who took a chance on me and Baylor University, and I won't ever forget that. So leading to answer your question is, it is very difficult to sustain something that is an elite level. You see programs who are Cinderellas and they do this up and down. Then you see those that stay, kind of in the middle and have good programs. We want to stay up here, and we want to play for championships, not only in the NCAA playoffs and the tournament, but in the Big 12. And it's not easy. It is not easy at all.
Doug.
Hey, Coach. Doug Feinberg, BAP. Good to see you. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I know you just talked about, it's just about winning. It doesn't matter if you win by 50 or 2. You just have to win at this point in the season. I'm curious, though, does it help you? Because I don't know how many close games you've had lately to have a game like this, because potentially the next 3, if you get that far, I'm guessing will be more tight than the first 2 rounds you had.
The deeper you go, the tougher the opponent and the tighter the games. And I guess you could say we did enough on the offensive and defensive end to win the game in overtime. We made some big shots. We had, again, some critical turnovers and didn't execute. But before I criticize our team, I want to compliment Michigan. Maybe Michigan had something to do with that. I know that our kids didn't give up. I know our kids, we got a 12-point lead, wasn't it, at one time? And then we'd come down and have a turnover. It just seemed like every time we would extend the lead, we would do something to allow them back in it. But maybe Michigan needs to be complimented, and maybe we didn't do so bad. So I don't know if it helps or hurts. Each game is different.
Next, we'll go to Mandy.
Hey, Coach. Mandy Knight, Fox 44. Out of Waco. And so obviously you were talking about this was a phenomenal game for ABC, for women's college basketball. Just taking a step back, how proud does this make you just to see all of the pieces come together in this incredible battle-tested type game?
Well, I'm proud anytime we win. I'm proud for the program, first of all, and then for each player collectively and individually. And there's a lot of players on that floor that were big-time role players and didn't get the minutes when we won the national championship, which is the last time any of us ever played in an NCAA tournament. There's a lot of kids on that floor in critical moments tonight that weren't on that floor, and great experience for them. So yeah, I'm proud, and I don't take it for granted. Do you know how many teams would love to play in an Elite Eight? I don't know if we can get past Connecticut. It's going to be hopefully a good ball game. But what I do know, win or lose, we're right there again fighting for a national championship.
We'll go to Jerry.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Kim, you talked about making plays to win this game. I thought Dijonay at the end of close to the end of regulation, and then she had one again in the overtime, the steal and the layup. I mean, those were big plays. How big was she in a game like this?
Well, I think each of them, if I broke each of them down, they would tell you first, gosh, yeah, but I did this bad on the other end earlier in the game, and I did this bad. So you just got to kind of have short-term memory, and you got to keep playing. And, yes, she got in the passing lane. She picked it off. That's experience. That's someone that, she shot some threes and wasn't making it, and then, boom, she hits a big three for us. So that's the nature of sports. It's particularly the nature of basketball. You gotta flush it and move on to the next play. And I think her experience and having been in college as long as she has and played against big time opponents before we got her when she was in the Pac-12, and she's healthy, and it's just allowed her to not get too flustered or too high or too low.
Next, we'll go to Spencer. Okay, again, if you have a question, please use the raise hand function. We'll try Spencer one more time.
Hi, Coach. Spencer Nussbaum from The Next. Even from a virtual setting, it's clear how much joy this team has playing with one another. I'm curious how much of a factor that culture becomes when you have these stressful moments down the stretch and when you're really looking to make a deep run in the tournament. How much of a factor does that play?
Well, it plays a factor, and I'll tell you, I put those shoes on many years ago, and I was coached by some of the best. And what I have learned as a coach is their joy and their happiness and their picking each other up lifts me. And when I'm really wanting to be upset in a timeout, they won't allow me getting on a teammate to affect that teammate. They will pick that teammate up. If I take a teammate out of the game for a mistake or something, those other players are picking that teammate up, no matter how frustrated I am at them. So they teach me a lot as well.
Chad Conan, Waco Tribune Herald. Kim, you guys are number one rebound margin team in the country. Michigan was number 7, I think. UConn is number 6. You mentioned what Michigan did well to rebound today. But, I mean, is it just going to be in that type of game again on Monday night?
Well, it could be. You're looking at two programs that value defense. I'm going to start with field goal percentage defense. I think Baylor and UConn are in the top 3 in the country in field goal percentage defense. Then you look at rebounding. Well, that might explain to you why both programs are respected across the country. So, yeah, it could be an ugly game. And when I say ugly, it could be low scoring. It could be some turnovers. It could be, some people want to say boring. It may not be 80 and 90. I don't know. What I do know is Michigan did everything possible to keep us off the offensive boards. They do just blocked out fundamentals. Everybody is on the defensive boards for them, and that's what well-coached teams do. That's what teams that are excited about, getting to a Sweet 16 for the first time, their compliments and everything I can say good about Michigan and coaching staff.
Andrew?
Yes, Coach. Moon Urson started out over 4 the game. She finished, I think, 8 of 16, so she finished 8 of 12 the rest of the way. What did you see from her over the course of the game that she was improving and staying in the game mentally, that you dialed up that last play of regulation to give her the shot?
Well, actually, I heard you guys or somebody ask, I think it was Jerry, Jerry, he wants to ask a question that gets, everybody riled up, but you would think I was going to go to Nalissa, right? I guess if I was a smart coach and she hadn't missed a shot, I better go to her, but Nalissa actually wanted Moon to take that shot because she felt like she could get her open better than she could get herself open. And so we dialed it up for her, and she had a great look. She had a great look, and she missed it, and that's the way it played out.
Coach, thank you for your time today, and good luck in the next round.
Thanks, guys.
That'll wrap it up for today's press conference. As a reminder, Baylor's press conference tomorrow will be at 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Again, that is starting at 9:30 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. A recording of this press conference will be posted in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at ncaa.baritone.com. Thank you for joining us.